Oh boy, oh boy.
Okay. Mark here, Don here. I want to talk about something that is a very big, oh, you need to be able to do this. Okay. And I'm basically going to tell you, yes, you do need to know how to do it and a whole lot more. And if you don't have that whole lot more, you're going to get basically the heartburn that I'm about to explain. And that is you ready with the celestial chorus? Counter ambush. Yeah, jazz hands. Now, the idea of a counter ambush is that you train, and you're ready. So anytime somebody attacks you, you can counter ambush immediately. Ha ha! Right? And you can do damage. Now, there's a couple of different things about, counter ambush, and it is closely tied to your flinch response. I'll give you that. Tony Blauer made his name for what he called, ready with the celestial? No, celestial. The spear. Yeah, okay. He invented it. Just ask him, he'll tell you. Oddly enough, let me show you a thing from Salat. It's called the Judo. Okay, now, it's been a long time since I've done it, but there's more. How many spears did you see there?
May I?
Mm-hmm.
Gikanru from Japan.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So this is actually a weaponization of a flinch response of, yeah. Okay, and it's good. If that's your flinch response, go for it. Now, taking that and turning it into a counter ambush technique is if he tries to hit me and I go, ah, instead of going like, oh my God, I'm under attack. The idea is he throws a punch, I throw up my hands and I push. Wonderful. We talked about changing somebody's orientation. It really does work. I mean, I'm not bad-mouthing it from the standpoint of its workability. Actually, there is one thing. If you're going to do it this way, come in from underneath. So the attack is coming in, and I bring it up and I pass it over. Okay? Which is wonderful because that opens that up. You get better structure if you do it palm up. Okay? Push in. Push. You push like go. Okay. Now, sorry, Uncle Roger. You're weak. Sorry, you got it. That's a YouTube thing. The other thing is if you turn away, there's what they call Rory Miller calls it Dracula's Cape. It's also been called the Rhino, which is basically you go like this and charge forward. Depending on your flinch response, and I am 100%, yes, you do need to know how to do these. You need to know what your flinch response is. Yes, yay, good for it. Have it under your belt. Once you have it under your belt, it's time to start modification. Now, one of the things that people who get so hung up on, counter ambush don't want to consider is what are the circumstances where counter ambush is appropriate? Okay? Believe me, military, hey, they're shooting at you. Counter ambush, go for it. Okay, but use pew-pews, please. I talk about Rory's background in the prisons. Now, in a prison, there is absolutely no reason for an inmate to put hands on a guard. Okay? Same thing for cops. Okay? There is no reason to put hands on a cop or a guard. Everybody knows that.
Or should.
Yeah, you should. Good point. And in that environment, an automatic counter ambush is a goddamn good idea. Wham! Right? But On the other hand, we're at a party, and my drunk friend does the same thing.
I love you, man. I love you, man.
Now, while it is tempting, a counter ambush is not the appropriate response.
Depends on what party you go to.
That's true. But see, and that's where Terry Trahan and I were talking about the need to modify the counter ambush. Okay, because here, if he does the "I love you," okay. Now, if I whip around and slam him, which God knows I've done, okay, so I'm speaking from experience of like, yeah, you may want to modify this. Okay, that's not so good. On the other hand, he does that. If I, by distance, no, come back. Okay. Now, what have I done? Okay. Again, the grab, I've cleared it. I've done something that has changed his orientation. And if it is an attack, right? I mean, and by the way, you get to be me. Yes, this is a very common attack strategy. I grab you. No. We're demonstrating.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
This, whipping him around and hitting him. Okay, that happens. So, no. Get. All right. So, if I'm a drunk grabbing him and he automatically does a counter ambush, I'm screwed. Okay? If I'm about to attack him, that's the right response. Go ahead, get it out of your system. Okay. So, in a civilian context, you need to check and see what's happening first. But it's not, pray with me, it's not this. Huh, what's that mean? Okay, because if I do that, if he's attacking, I'm screwed. Huh? Okay. So this simple action right here, okay, buys me time. Now I'm not going to be standing here, by the way, when I do that. Okay, but I don't automatically go on the counter ambush. So from here, it gives me a moment to see what's happening. Okay, now if I feel, you can't see it, but his wiggling here tells me that he's pushing into my hand. So there's a structure here to keep him from coming back. Okay, so if I get a drunk response, put the fist down, here I feel him go away. Okay, that tells me what? He's not attacking. Okay, come back. If I do this and I feel him push back, right? And I mean, I felt that step. And that step tells me, oh shit. Because if he stepped that away, that would be one thing. This tells me something totally different. What it tells me is he's bracing to come back. Okay? I also feel his tension. I feel the push against that. What that does is it gives me a second to shift. Okay? It gives me I'm in trouble, time to mentally shift gears. Okay? So in a civilian context, 9 out of 10 times, unless you really piss somebody off.
I do that.
Yeah, but to this level, you need to put in an extra step to slow you down. Okay, it's a recon step. All right. Otherwise, you're going to end up throwing your friend into a wall. Okay. So yes, you need to know how to counter ambush, but once you've learned it, you need to learn when to use it and when not to, and how to defuse this so you don't put a family member through the goddamn wall.
Unintentionally.
Well, yeah, unintentionally. Good point. Or your friends, or etc. But because there are a lot of dumb people out there who will do stuff, okay, and they think it's funny, especially if they know you're trained. Well, let's see if I can scare them. You know, yeah, it's a safety, and mistakes happen, right, on your part, and people are stupid on theirs. So you really, really should add in that extra step, but do it in such a way that gives you a tactical advantage, right? And I hate using the word tactical, but in this particular case, like this shoulder, right, this shoulder grab, moving him this way and reorient him does give me the tactical advantage and a chance to figure out what is going on.